Hello there, thanks for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and wow, the Queen of Soul, huh? In a rare boxing style concert poster, how lovely, oh my goodness. 1972 from Chicago, Illinois. Just, the Queen of Soul, still in her absolute prime. And a really pretty pink poster as well. If you've watched this blog of mine, you know I hardly ever do anything from the 70s. I'm really the 60s on back to the 30s or even 20s. But Aretha, her management just did not use concert posters as a way to sell tickets, unlike, compatriots Ray Charles or James Brown, who used concert posters their whole careers. Aretha just used, I guess, the other two media were radio advertisements and newspaper ads, and I guess her management or booking agency just didn't believe that much in concert posters, so you just don't see that many. They're few and far between, is the best way to put it. So here I am dipping into the 70s for a nice Aretha poster. And this is the end of her first golden era. It takes in a lot of her 60s hits. But in this year, also 1972, she had the hit Daydreaming, which was a top 5 national hit, and it's on the poster, which is really cool. And she still had a top 5 hit in her for the following year, 1973, with Until You Come Back to Me, That's What I'm Gonna Do. So as I said, the very tail end of her first golden, just hit machine, hit single machine era. So it's really fun for that reason. And just the richness of the song titles for the previous 5 years. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll give you a top to bottom and end at the bottom where the song titles are. And there you have it. It doesn't actually say Chicago, but of course how many of these posters actually did, because it was posted probably only in Chicago. But boy, check out these song titles. This is just great. Starting, as far as the importance of song titles, an Aretha concert poster with Respect on it right there. That's all you really need, or that's as good as it gets. So it's great that it has Respect. Her only #1 record, by the way, of her classic era. And then it's got Chain of Fools on here, a #2 record for 1967. Baby, I Love You, another #4 record in 67. You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, top 10 in 1967. And that just kind of covers right there the brilliant 67 year, I'll tell you, for Aretha. For me, those are all great, but my personal favorites, I Say a Little Prayer, and it's so great that's on this poster too, a top 10 hit in 1968. And it's got Spanish Harlem on here, a #2 record from just the previous year, 1971. But if you've seen enough of my videos, you know that, boxing-style concert posters have this quirky trait of picking, sometimes songs you just scratch your head at and not sure why they did it. And in this case, it is kind of interesting, and sort of you gotta just wonder why they chose, again, this is to sell tickets, so you want people to get excited by song titles and lay their money down, right? Well, they chose to not list 2 top 10 hits from the previous year, in 1971. There's no Bridge Over Troubled Water and no Rock Steady on here. Instead, oddly, what they did was they listed 3 lesser non-top 10 hits from the year before that, 1970. And I'm talking about Call Me, Spirit in the Dark, and Don't Play That Song. And they also added a B-side to one of those lesser hits too. The Thrill Is Gone, sort of a B.B. King cover, if you will, though B.B. didn't write it, I don't believe, but he had the first version, so anybody who does it after that is sort of covering B.B. So anyway, song titles, I mean, it's rich in song titles. You really can't complain just because it's not an absolute listing of just the best chart performers. It's I suppose, a nice mixture for sure. So you had your 2 shows at the Erie Crown Theater at McCormick Place in Chicago, and at 6 and 9:30 p.m. on Saturday, June 10th. And again, the year was 1972. A real sign of the 70s is that fine print down at the bottom. And you have tickets on sale at Sears and Ward's and sort of a dirty word to poster collectors, Ticketron, hello, which started in the very early 70s. And then way down in the corner, I don't know if you can quite see it, I'll get in close on there in the border. See that in the white margin? It says Tribune Press, Earl Park, Indiana. Well, they're the same company as Tribune Showprint, which operates today. And of course, Tribune Showprint is known for making merchandising versions of these posters. And they've just printed tens upon tens upon tens of thousands of posters this size and sort of made of cardboard and covering everybody, Billie Holiday, Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, Beatles, whatever, and they're sent out to, swap meets and record stores and head shops and all this stuff, and sold for, $7 to $10 each. And people like me, collectors, get calls all the time from unknowing people who find these Tribune show prints in a new discovery, whatever. They buy a house and they're in the attic, whatever. They think they might have the real thing, but they're absolutely just merch posters. But this Aretha definitely is the real McCoy, made before the show to sell tickets in 1972. So for that reason, with all those song titles and the hot pink color and a great picture of the Queen of Soul on there, this one's a total winner, so I wanted to share it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it too. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.